What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and today we are talking about Call of Duty World War II. And as if I wasn't already so excited about this game, the leaks we got as of yesterday have made me that much more excited. Now, I'm not sure whether these are leaks or bugs in the PC beta, or whether they're intentional or not, but we got a ton more information. We got menu screens, we've got a bunch new game modes. On top of that, we got a bunch of new maps that we've never heard of before. A ton of leaks, and I've seen a couple different YouTubers cover this information, but I think no one really covered it in full. Now, I can't show you all of the images that I'm talking about here, but the very first link down in the description is going to be a link to a website, Imager, where you can check out all of these images and follow along with the video. If you're watching this on a mobile or a tablet or something like that where you can't have two windows open at the same time, I will do my best to describe exactly what I'm looking at to you, but if you are on a PC and you can follow along, that link is down in the description. Now, let's start by talking about the game modes. So if you click the link down in the description, the very first picture that you're going to see is a list of all of the game modes. Now, I'm assuming that these are not all of the game modes in the game because there's no hardcore in here, there's no gun game, anything like that, so I'm assuming that there's going to be more than just this. But the ones that we got in this are Team Deathmatch, War, Domination, Hardpoint, Capture the Flag, Search and Destroy, which no one has seen yet, Kill Confirmed, Free-for-all, and finally the new one, Gridiron. So what is Gridiron? The description of it is throw or carry the ball into the enemy goal. So assumably this is uplink, and we actually have some images coming later on that more thoroughly support this being almost identical to uplink without the jetpacks that we have in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. It looks like a lot of fun, and literally it's what they used to use as an old gridiron ball way back in the day. Now this next image I am able to show you. The only reason why I know that is because other YouTubers did as well. So this screen right here is a map select screen. Now you're going to see 10 different maps on this screen. Now I'm assuming that this isn't all of the maps in the game. The reason why I say that is because generally speaking, Call of Duty games ship with between 12 and 17 maps. That's what we've seen in the past, so I'd be very surprised if they only shipped with 10, and if they do, I would say the only reason for that is because they're also releasing war maps as well. We've already seen one of those, but the maps that it gives us in this map select is Ashen, which we've already seen, Ardennes Forest, which again we've already seen, Flak Tower, which they showed off at Gamescom, Gibraltar, which of course we've all played on the beta, and then these other ones, they have some code names. So the first one is Battleship. I believe we saw that in the first multiplayer trailer. The next one is called Cannon Farm, and I have no idea what that's talking about. The next one is called Carentan, and of course we've seen that in other Call of Duty games before. It was on the side of the map in Black Ops 3, and there was a rumor going around that it was going to be a pre-order bonus for World War II, so this really supports that. The next one is called France Village, which could be pretty much anything. The next one is London, and then the one at the bottom is Point to Hawk. So a lot of new maps in there. The ones that we have no idea what they are Cannon Farm, France Village, and finally London. So the picture after that one is once again just a screen showing off all of the different game modes, but after that we have a picture of what is assumed to be the main menu, and the different options we get in this menu include find a game, create a class, create a soldier, all of which you've seen in the beta, and then right underneath that there is one that says armory. Now I'm assuming this is similar to what we saw in Advanced Warfare. It's where all your create a character gear goes. So whether you have a helmet or different chest gear or a different variant of weapons, this is where you'll go to check that out. Now as of right now, it has been announced that there will be weapon variants in the game, but they did say that they are only going to be aesthetic items only. Whether they stick to that in the future, I have no idea, but that's all of what they've said right now. So assumably, that's what the armory is going to be. Under that, it says custom match. Under that, it says game battles. So yes, game battles should be directly integrated into the game, and underneath that, store, assumably where you'll buy things like COD points, DLC, anything along those lines. Now under this, we've got our first in-game images of Gridiron, the new uplink mode. We get to see the goal, we get to see the ball. It also says down on the bottom, you can see left mouse to pass, right mouse to throw. So that's, you are going to be able to throw it into the end zone. You are going to be able to pass it to your teammates. The only thing you won't, of course, be able to do is jump way up in the air like you could in previous uplink game modes. Now, the picture underneath that one is once again just another picture of Gridiron. Nothing really special for it. We just get to see another picture of the ball. However, the picture under this is once again a menu screen. A menu screen for what is assumably going to be the combat record. Now, we don't get a ton of information about the combat record, but we do get a list of things you can click on. So the first one is career. Assumably, this is going to be your entire career stats. So your win-loss, your kill-death ratio, things along those lines. Underneath that, there's an option for game modes. Game modes is assumably going to be your kill death, your score per minute, that kind of thing, in different game modes like Team Deathmatch, Gridiron, Search and Destroy, things along those lines. Nothing surprising, all stuff we've seen in other Call of Duty games. Underneath that, there is an option for weapons. So assumably, it's going to show you your various stats while using different weapons. So if you're using your MP40, it's going to give you your amount of kills you've got with that, the amount of deaths you've had while using your MP40, and of course, on top of that, your kill death ratio and things along those lines. The one that I really don't understand, the tab that doesn't make any sense, and the one thing that kind of surprises me is underneath weapons, there's a tab for Exo Launcher. Exo Launcher was, of course, a thing that was in Advanced Warfare and not in Call of Duty World War II, at least that we know of as of yet. So I'm assuming that this may have actually been a menu from Advanced Warfare that somehow made its way into the World War II beta. I'm not exactly sure how. Underneath that, though, we have a tab for score streaks, so it's going to be your amount of kills you've got with various score streaks, and underneath that, we have medals, something that we've been able to check out in every other Call of Duty. Shows you the amount of different medals you got, your headshots, your kill streaks, that kind of thing, and nothing like that surprising. The only real surprising thing in this menu is the tab that says Exo Launcher. I really don't understand that. So as far as the rest of the gameplay images on this is basically just showing us different parts of Gridiron. For example, one of them is showing that the person who has the ball actually has more health. But the next picture I actually wanted to address was the Create a Soldier tab. So once again, this is another menu screen with a bunch of different things we can click on. The first one is customization. What I'm assuming this is how you customize your character or customize your weapons. It's where you choose your different weapon variants or the different gear that your character is wearing. Underneath that, we have player card. Assumably, this is where we're going to have different calling cards and emblems. Underneath that, we have challenges. That's nothing new to Call of Duty. Underneath that, we have combat record. Once again, we already looked at the combat record menu screen. Underneath that, we have ranked play summary. I'm not 100% sure what that means, as we really haven't seen much from ranked play other than the game battles tab that we saw earlier. Underneath that, we have leaderboards. Underneath that, we have clans. Not 100% sure how clans are going to be worked into the game, whether it's just going to be a clan tag or a total different clan system. Underneath that, we have prestige. And underneath that, we have COD account. Now, I'm not sure whether this is just linking up all of the different Call of Duty games. We've seen things in the past where they tried to link an online Call of Duty account. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to be as of yet. That might not even be there when the full game is released. But a couple interesting things we saw there is the ranked play summary and the COD account. Other things that we saw there are pretty much what you'd expect in any other Call of Duty game. And the final screen I wanted to look at is the player card screen. This is where you're able to choose your calling card and your emblems. As of right now, there is nothing in this screen that shows custom emblems. Whether they're going to be in the game or not, I'm not 100% sure. I would assume that they're going to be, but in this screen, it doesn't show that. Now, I would recommend checking all of these images out, and if you see something that I didn't see in one of these images, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'll be reading all the comments, and I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to think about all of this. As of right now, everything that I'm seeing in this images is just firing me up that much more for the release of Call of Duty World War II. I'm assuming that there's going to be more than 10 maps at release, but as of right now, those are all of the maps that we could see. On top of that, I'm sure there's going to be many, many more game modes than the ones that it showed today. As of, it didn't even show Gun Game being one of them, and I'm just assuming that Gun Game is one of those staples that's pretty much in every Call of Duty game. But, like I said, if I missed anything, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I put a lot of work and research into this video, so if you could hit that like button, it'd be very, very greatly appreciated. But, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, peace out.